if it's connected. All right, I think we're connected. We'll start recording. Here we go again. Who told you that?
Lori.
On a text message? Nice. Thank you, Lori.
That's what I told her. I just texted her back.
We're number one.
Jimmy is being a cheap ass. You know, I'm like, damn.
You heard it here first. Joe Rogan listens to our podcast.
Right, we're the best. You know, they say people that cuss are more honest. So I'm an honest motherfucker. Put the fish away, Reggie.
It don't even hurt to give birth anymore.
Not for me.
Nothing to it.
Okay.
Let's do it. Come on. I'm ready. I'm ready. I want to do it.
I wear a thong. I got one on right now. You want to see?
Jimmy and Geek. Madhouse Bar Talks, baby.
That is a bunch of shit, if you ask me. That doesn't make no sense.
All right, here we are. We're going to try it again. We came out, we did a first one, and we started out. We were doing good, man. I was like, man, we're moving and grooving, and then you get a text says that nobody can hear us. So hopefully they can hear us now. I'm looking at it. It looks like they can. I just kind of missed it. That was my fault. I just forgot to hit a button, and that happens, I guess. So here we are in round 2. We're trying to do our first YouTube live. So this is something that we haven't done yet, and we're trying it out for the first time right now. And I believe that you should be able to find it if you go on there. Is it not showing up? It's not. If you click on it,
it seems like it's the first one.
It's going to the first one.
Yeah.
So do I have to go find it again then, and then share it?
Look.
Let me go see here what we got going on. Oh yeah, so it's going to that first one. All right, so let's do this. Let's copy it. And then we'll be able to drop it. I should be able to drop it right on the, I can drop it right on the Facebook for everybody to go find. Hopefully. We'll see. Fun. All right, so we're going to go to Facebook, blah, blah, blah. How do I post on Facebook now? There it is. All right. Copy, paste. YouTube's there. Add to your post. We want to do, I don't know if it'll let me do @followers again. That kind of sucks if it won't.
Man, we had 25 viewers.
Yeah, you can only use it once a day. I don't know if it'll let me do that. That sucks hardcore. Oh well. But yeah, it's the same thing. Hopefully it'll go. And post. And it should be out there now. See if you can find it. Or it will be in a second anyway. But for anybody else, you can go subscribe to our channel on YouTube, and it'll let you know right ahead of time that we're on there and when we go live, and you won't have to go look for it on Facebook whenever we do it. So I don't know if anybody wants to try and go do that. Did you find it yet or no? No finding it yet. Oh, that's lovely. It must be. Somebody's connected to it. So somebody's on there. So we definitely got one going. It's our first YouTube. We got to get a little kinks worked out and try everything else out new and see. But, yeah, I think everybody will, if you link to YouTube, I think that's the easiest way to watch us. A lot of people don't even have Facebook. You know, like Owen that comes in here doesn't even use Facebook. So I think it would be easier for him to just go watch things on YouTube than it is to do anything else. And we're hoping that it works out. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how it goes.
Seems right now.
It seems right now. Ask Lori if she can hear us, because she's our telltale on everything.
Well, tattletale is what you say?
Telltale. Yeah, she might be the tattletale. That's possible. It might be what it is. Yeah, you might be right. You can actually chat with us on the live, too. There's actually like a chat bar that comes in on the live. You can see it. Do you see the chat bar on yours or no? If you click on it, can you get a chat bar on your phone or no? They should be able to chat right in the YouTube live, I would hope, anyways. Because I have a chat menu up here, so I would think that they would be able to chat, I would think. So, anyways, let's get our show started. I forget where we started last time that we missed out now on this time.
I don't know. He's talking about the girl in Olympics with her wardrobe malfunction.
Oh no, we were talking about a year ago. You said that you were bringing up the boxing about a year ago, how it was like that's not fair that the women and that now the Olympics are letting these men go in there, and then I guess they're saying that the men the guy that beat the girl in 45 seconds and she quit or whatever, they're saying they got a name for her, but I think what they're saying is that she was a hermaphrodite, like it has both parts, but it has an XY chromosome.
That's what makes her a male.
Right. And that's where Caitlyn Jenner was on one of the TV shows doing an interview, and she's like, yeah, that's in my day, if you had an XY chromosome, you didn't compete in women's, period. You had to be tested to make sure that you weren't a man, and that's how they knew was by your chromosomes. And I mean, she had high testosterone levels, all that stuff. There was no, because remember we were talking about and we're like, oh, they made sure they had to have their estrogens right, stuff like. They're not even doing that at the Olympics. They didn't do any of that. They just basically, she lived her life as a woman, and her passport had that she was a woman. So that was it. Then you're a woman, no matter what. So this poor girl who worked her whole life was able to be in the ring for 45 seconds because they basically allowed a man to come in there and punch her harder than she's ever been punched in her life, she said. So that's the Olympics for you. That's what they're doing now. They're just going to let men beat the shit out of women. And they said they're going to have Bobby Brown and Ike Turner in next week's competition.
No, you went too far with the Bobby Brown thing.
Why? He wasn't beating up Whitney?
No.
He wasn't? Am I remembering that wrong?
I don't know. You went too far.
You love you some Bobby Brown?
Hell yeah.
Well, that's your prerogative.
Yeah, that's right. Everybody forgets about Bobby. Bobby was the man.
Bobby was beating the shit out of Whitney. That's all I'm saying. But she might have been wearing some shit like that swimmer that you sent me.
It don't matter. Yeah, you went too far.
Yeah, you sent me that swimmer. Mm. Holy shit, dude. That is the craziest thing I've ever seen. Like, that is full-on kuka showing just to everybody.
I don't even know if this is working still.
You don't think it is? I got viewers. You don't have viewers showing up over there?
2.
Yeah, that's what I got, too.
Yeah, it's me and you.
I'm not viewing. I wasn't on there as a viewer.
This ain't right.
It's because what it is I don't have the followers now.
Yeah, okay.
Because it took the followers away from me. Like, I can do once a day, I'm allowed to put @followers, and I usually use that for the podcast in the morning. And I used it for the one that you couldn't hear us on. So it basically got wasted. So now we're not going to have many live viewers, unfortunately, on our first podcast on YouTube. Yeah. Good. Which sucks. But there's people that listen too on our just regular audio version of the podcast, and those people should go.
Oh, you put the video.
Put the YouTube up there. What video?
With the girl.
Oh, so it is working. So you see it? Yeah. Oh yeah. I showed it on there a little bit. Yeah, somebody had to see it. If I had to see it, everybody had to see it. It's that simple. No, I don't understand what's wrong with the Olympics, though. Like, how can they be that stupid? Like, the boxing league doesn't allow it. Nobody else allows it, but the International Boxing League or the International Olympics Committee or whatever just allows it. And we were saying before we figured out that we weren't on audio-wise, we were talking about how in the world is it that they don't allow them to like compete in like swimming against each other or.
I know you say, but in boxing.
But in boxing, that's the only one and maybe they do allow it, but I've never seen it myself. I've only ever seen it in boxing. Like, why is that the sport where we say, okay, mix them up? I mean, seriously, is Ike Turner running everything over there? That's what I want to know. I mean, it doesn't make sense.
To me, it's real simple.
Yeah.
You was born a man, you compete in a man's sport. You're a girl, born a woman, you compete in a woman's sport.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's that simple. It doesn't seem, and that's what Caitlyn Jenner said in her interview or his interview, whatever. I hate that whole thing is weird. Why has he got to be weird like he is? But yeah, I mean, that whole thing, he was one of the greatest, Olympians out there, and he agrees with it. But of course he was man enough to compete with with men and win. You know what I'm saying? These punks that are fighting women, they couldn't compete with men. Could never compete with a man at all. And they don't even, and the worst part is they're not even testing them for testosterone levels and stuff like that. Like we were talking about it, and we looked it up, and we're like, how can they allow that? And I started delving into it, and it's like, oh, they're saying, well, their estrogen levels have to be so high and this and that. Brian Rose on YouTube, he just said, what's up? Do you see the chats or no? You should go find the chats on your YouTube.
I don't see it.
But they're not even testing for that. Like, they're literally going by how they live their life, and they're okay with the fact that they've got like high testosterone levels and stuff. Like, how does that make sense? I mean, how it just doesn't make sense. It's crazy, and they just let them come in there, and then they got all those. Did you see those memes with Mike Tyson with a wig on?
Yeah, and that's true. It's funny because they're throwing it in your face. Like, is this what we're coming to? Like, you get a man to go in there and just beat up on a woman? That's just crazy.
Yeah, and that's entertainment, and that's. But the problem I have more than anything, because there's a lot of people who are like, it's just wrong. It's putting athletes' life in danger and things like that, which I understand that part of it. To me, it's even worse. They've given up their life to get there. Like, you don't get to the Olympics unless you've spent your whole existence planning and working at it.
Right.
Like, really working at it. And as a woman athlete in Olympics, typically you have to get away from home. You have to go to your coach, takes you to somewhere private away from your parents, has sex with you, sneaks it in, stuff, all that crazy shit goes on. So you really give up a lot just to get in the Olympics. No, that happens a lot, dude. That's something that's happened throughout the years a lot. They because they go away with these trainers, go away with like these teenage kids or whatever, and yeah, they've been touched, quite a bit of them that are in those Olympics, and it's been for years. I'm not saying that this one specifically did, but I'm just saying.
Yeah, I remember it was a different country that the guy was taking.
It happened here too. Yeah, sure. It happened here too. Yeah, I mean that's the thing. You start getting into that, and you go, well, you giving up that life. You put yourself at risk at the very least. You know what I'm saying? Being away with these coaches and trainers and stuff, it just does not make sense. And then you get in there and you have to fight.
Well, they didn't say when you started training that
you got to fight men. Yeah, it doesn't make sense. Even if you were having to play golf against a man, right. It's not fair. No. Now all of a sudden it's physical. Like, it just doesn't make sense why that's the one sport where they're allowing it to be intertwined. Like, why is that? Why is that the sport? Like, why is that the one?
I don't know why. Accountability. I don't know why the people that are on the top making these decisions are fucking allowed. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I don't understand how I don't know where they come up with it. I don't know how you end up being like the head of something like that. Yeah, that's
okay. Let the guy come in and beat up on these girls.
Yeah.
And it just takes away from the whole point of it.
Well, and
if I was a female, I wouldn't compete. I'd be like, I ain't
That's what she did. That's what she did. After she got hit, she goes, okay, I'm done.
But I would have just done it. I would have never gotten in the ring. I'd have been like, nah, I ain't going in there.
But how do you get to that point with that? Like, how do you get, okay, you're on the committee. You clearly know that she hasn't been allowed to fight in all these different leagues across the world because of the fact that she is not a woman. She is a man.
Right.
And you just look at it. I can understand if, like, for some reason they signed up, you didn't know. It was like on Joanna Man. Remember that Joanna Man movie? Joanna Man, I think that was her name. That woman that played, or that man that went and played in the WNBA. Yeah, like, and his name was Joanna Man, I think, or something like that. But anyways, I can understand if he snuck in, lied, something. But this was open. Everybody knows about it. Everybody know. So you don't look into it enough and start to adjust your policies and procedures like along with the rest of the world.
There's never been this kind of controversy during the Olympics. You know what I'm saying?
No, it's crazy. And that's what the thing is. Like Caitlyn Jenner's interview, she goes, the problem is there's a lot of great athletics going on in the Olympics, and nobody knows because they're just not watching because they've tuned them out now. And they're getting these people
That's
are
like
losing
you.
their
That's
15
like me.
minutes
Ain't
of
nobody
fame.
fucking watching that shit. Well, I ain't gonna say nobody, but you know what I mean? It's not like how it was when the Olympics was on, you went home to make sure you watched the Olympics.
Yeah, I mean, I used to, for
right.
sure. I haven't even turned it on now. I haven't even been interested. I haven't. Nothing.
A lot of people are saying the same thing.
Yeah,
I hear it a lot.
It's disgusting, and and they're not even. Nobody cares. Nobody gives a shit. Just
it's tainted.
Yeah, and it's all in the policy of being like woke or whatever. For some reason, and it hasn't worked for any company that's tried to do this woke bullshit. I mean, none of these companies, nobody that's any board members that have tried none of this. It's never worked in their favor.
Look at Bud Light. That shit hurt them pretty good.
Oh, it hurt them horribly. Harley too now.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, you haven't seen the whole uproar on Harley right now?
Mm-mm.
Yeah, Harley was making their employees go to diversity and equity training and all this different stuff, and it's like they're pissed. Like people are pissed about it. And if you've seen the last Harleys, it did look like a gay guy made them. I mean, did you see them?
No.
You haven't seen the new one?
Uh-uh.
You didn't see Caleb's?
Kind of, yeah.
It looks like an Indian. It looks like an Indian to me. It just does. It does not look that good. I wouldn't buy it. I wouldn't. You wouldn't get me. It wouldn't catch my eye in the store. Especially when you're talking 40 grand or something. You just go buy the damn Indian for 20. You know what I mean? It just doesn't make sense.
I don't know, but yeah, I don't know. This is everything's weird now.
Yeah, and I mean, all these companies, everybody has done it. It hasn't worked in their favor, and people are pulling back from it. A lot of the companies, Bud Light quickly pulled back. Like a lot of people pulled back from it, and they're doing these different things. Still trying to do these like inclusion type things, and it's okay to have, I think, like some sort of equality hiring. I understand that, definitely. Now, I feel like there should be an equality in hiring in a big circle, like a Ford. That factory should be, DEI should be in there. They should be hired in that way. There should definitely be some diversity and equity worked into that as they hire them. But who gets promoted should never have anything with diversity and equity. It should have to do with performance, period. Like as you get promoted within, it should only have to do with performance. It should never have to do with the fact that you're a woman or transgender or black or Hispanic or white. It doesn't matter what you are. It should have nothing to do with it. It should literally be based on performance, and that's it. And that's where everybody's walking away from. And it's like, that just doesn't make any sense. None of this makes any sense. And
that's like being on a platform as a trans or whatever to go in there and box. You didn't earn your way up. You know what I'm saying? Like if you was in the guys, you wouldn't even qualify.
No, yeah, you wouldn't even. Yeah, you couldn't even win a street fight with
right.
a guy. Yeah, I mean it's ridiculous. I mean maybe you win a street fight with a guy, but I'm just saying a real like a real boxer, like a man boxer.
Right.
Yeah, a man boxer, not
you
pro.
ain't even gonna qualify for it.
No, it's a joke. It's ridiculously a joke.
So you're gonna set them with the women? That doesn't make any sense.
And the argument is that, oh, well, this person lives their life as a woman. It's what they want to do, this and that, blah, 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 blah,
what
blah,
about
blah,
the girl that's in the ring with her?
Yeah, you're giving all the rights to one person.
Right.
Fuck the other 20 athletes or 30 athletes that have worked their whole ass life to get here. And fuck them. Who cares? Because we want to make it,
Right.
It just doesn't make any sense. It just does not make any sense, and that's what we're up against now at the Olympics. And I mean, they did the whole opening scene to act like that, all that, and they really, honestly, like you said, they missed the thing. They should have had Caitlyn Jenner run the torch. kind of would have fit with their theme this year.
Right. And
You know what I mean?
It would have been more appropriate.
It would have been way more appropriate.
It would have made a better statement too.
Yeah.
That's what they was trying to do. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But whatever.
But that is I don't know. It's crazy. I don't know what the hell the whole deal is with it. Have you been watching on our Kamala Harris at all?
She pops up on my streams.
She's everywhere all the time. She's popping up. She's the greatest thing in the world. Haven't you seen the media?
Yeah.
They're telling you that you're wrong. Everything up until now, even though she was notedly be the worst vice president in history, now she's the greatest person ever in the universe. She's great.
She's a chameleon too. You know, she changes her accent.
That's what Kamala stands for, chameleon. Kamala is short for chameleon.
What the hell was that accent? What was that accent? I don't know.
I don't know. It must be a Canadian country twang.
I don't know what the fuck that was. I was like, what the hell?
It's ridiculous. I think that I get a little nervous like I did last week. I was telling you, I'm like, that's a little nervous. Like that makes me nervous. But I think at the end of the day that I think all this stuff's going to come out. I think it was exciting at first because everybody got excited. But I think at the end of the day, I don't think it changed anybody's opinion whatsoever that she came in instead of Biden.
Well, when where was she this whole time she was vice president?
Gone. Dude, gone.
Seen her.
Haven't seen her at all. And then she was the border czar. They called her the border czar, and now they're like, oh, she never was the czar. It's like then they just keep playing clip after clip where they called her the border czar themselves. The Democratic workers are head, and then also the media calling her, you know what I mean, the border czar. Now all of a sudden it's like, oh no, she wasn't the border czar. And this border thing, like I don't understand, and I don't know if I'm seeing dumb shit. Oh yeah, Brian Rowe brings a good point up. Elon Musk said that. Elon Musk said that if you Google Kamala Harris, and I checked it, I tried it right after he said it on Twitter. He put it on X. He had Google Kamala Harris and see what comes up, and or Google Trump rally. That's what you had to Google, Trump rally and Kamala Harris. It was all Kamala Harris on Google. How? Why? Why would it be Kamala Harris when you Googled Trump rally? Isn't that crazy? And he was right. I did it, and sure as shit, right what he said happened. I mean, I'm like, you got to, and they fixed it now, though. If you go and do it now, it's not going to do it, just for the record. But that's how it was, though. When he said it, that's what happened, and he was 100% right. He's funny. Did you see his other one that he put out? Oh, my God, dude. That was the funniest one. So somebody put out there, it was a parody, AI done with Kamala Harris, like just basically funny. It was funny shit, and it was AI. And he got a call from, I forget if it was maybe a senator from California, told him he needs to take it down. And his response was, let me see if I can find it. I'll look for it right now if I can find it. But his response was something to the effect of, God damn it, let me just find it and then we'll go from there. Because if I don't want to say it wrong, but his shit was hilarious. But I don't think I see it now. But I think he said, oh, I know what he said. He said, I checked with Professor D's nuts. That's what he said. He goes, I checked with Professor D's nuts, and he said that parodies are legal and okay to have up. That's what he tweeted back to the senator.
Oh, wow.
Isn't that crazy? I tweeted D's nuts. I checked with D's nuts. I don't know, man. I don't know. That Kamala Harris shit has got me out of my mind. Like at first, like that they disappear her like they did, and then she just pops up and and they just have nothing but the greatest things to say about her. And then, but I don't understand what the border. Is it true? I know they say they give them money when they come across illegal. You know, they give them I know they're putting them in hotels. I know that's happening.
Startup money.
And they're giving them are they giving them that much money? I don't know how it works, but I'm going to show you this receipt. You got to see this receipt. And I don't know if this is true, not true. I don't know. I've never seen anything like this. I don't know because I've never used EBT. When I was a kid, we had rainbow money. We didn't have this EBT
Card,
system or whatever. But if you look on that screen right now, I just posted a picture of it. This says it's a receipt that was left behind by an alien, an illegal alien, and it shows the balance on it of the EBT, and the balance on the food stamps of it is $13,000. But then it has another EBT.
That's only enough for a week.
It has another EBT. Yeah, you're not wrong. It has another EBT balance on it that says cash balance. Do they have cash EBT? And that one's like 4,500. Is that real? Is that how it works? And does it have the balance on it? Like, I don't understand how that. I mean, is that real? Like, because if that's real, first of all, I don't even understand how they could have $13,000 in food stamp money. Like, what? How would that even make sense? Do they give them that much? If they don't use it, does it keep building? I don't know how EBT works. I really don't know. I've never used EBT. I did use rainbow money when I was a kid. I'm not saying I'm above it or nothing. I'm just saying I never actually used that back in the day. So I don't understand or know. But that's some creepy shit. But that's border shit, with these border. And that's what she was in charge of. No matter what they want to tell you, she was in charge 100% of the borders. The biggest problem this country has had in this whole administration is the borders. That's the biggest argument Trump's argued, was the borders. And this is what she's in charge of. The only thing I know of her being in charge of that I've even heard, and she didn't go to the border, I think.
Yeah, there was a clip of her. They was talking about going to the border. She said, "Never been to the border."
Yeah, that's crazy. Like, how were you in charge of something you never were even there? I don't know. Should this Kamala Harris, though, if she makes it as president, this shit is rigged. That's all I'm saying. Because first of all, there's a lot of Trump lovers out there. It seems like a ton of them. You know what I mean? And Kamala is just, for a lack of a better word, she's mentally handicapped. She is not bright. She is not. She's. I seen somebody said she looks like your drunk aunt. Like that's why she's laughing. Yeah, I think it was on Joe Rogan.
I heard somebody say that they told her like quit the laugh, like stop laughing.
Yeah, well, yeah, they said that because she's, if you watch her now, she's not doing it as much, but I think that the problem is with that makes her even less likable. The laugh kind of makes her human looking, I guess, to some degree. It's annoying to me. It's not what I want out of my leaders, to be up there like nervously laughing. It's not something I want out of my leaders. But I think once she does it, it kind of takes the edge off of her stupidity, I think.
When she explains something, then she repeats it. She'll stop in the middle of it and then go back to it and say it again, like she's talking to stupid, like little kids or something.
What was that one? She was explaining the Ukraine. It's a country in Europe, and then there's Russia, and it's a bigger country that's stronger in Europe. Like, what the fuck? Like
the way she stops right in the middle of it and then starts all over to explain it again, so like you get it. It's like, get the fuck out of here.
I don't know what her deal is, dude. She's goofy. That's all I could say. And how they're still watching that or still even considering her after the performance as a vice president. I'm shocked that they even considered putting her on the ticket. Quite frankly, I really do. I'm very shocked that they even put her on the ticket. And then somebody was showing that, like, where Obama calls her up. Did you see that or no? Mm-hmm. So Obama calls her up and, you know, says, "Oh, we've got your support. We're backing you, this and that." They're like the whole thing. But the way they do it, it's like she answers the phone, who is this? And it's like, yeah, okay, there's camera crews. Like, get the fuck out of here. You know what I mean? Oh, this is who? Oh, okay. Like,
Right.
come on. Be a little real with people, man. Come on. People don't like that bullshit. It was pretty bad. But I don't know. But Kamala I think she's starting to tank now. I think that's not going very well for her. I don't think so. I think it was hot for a second, like everything else. And then it
like the
petered
hot
out.
girl.
Like the hawk. She was in Cleveland last night.
Was she?
Yeah, me and Amanda were thinking about we should have left early because we were out in Madison. We went to Amber and Steven's son, Mason, his second birthday party. And we were thinking we should have left early and went and stopped on our way back and actually met her. That would have been funny. Could have got some content. Could have got something else, too.
Yeah, that's crazy. That girl.
Yeah, she was in Cleveland last night, yeah.
Yeah, she's taking that 15 minutes of fame to.
You know, and every one of these events she's getting paid for.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm sure, like, at least, I don't know, at least a couple grand probably. I mean, she's traveling and everything, so I would at least a couple grand. And she's everywhere. I don't know how long she's been home because I see her in California. I see her in Mississippi. I see her everywhere.
Well, about 5 years from now, she'll be able to talk about it, what a great experience it was.
You think so?
Yeah.
Well, maybe she'll end up, who knows where her,
Yeah,
I mean.
she's a pretty girl.
All you got to do is get in the eye. You know what I mean? You get touched by greatness, and that's it. You know what I mean? That some of those people, like, once they, you know, christen you, or, you know, if you meet a P. Diddy and go to one of his parties, he'll make you popular as hell.
You won't be able to sit down for a while, but be a holy standing and waving and shit.
Not the P. Diddy, but a P. Diddy. There's another one out there. You guarantee. There's always a P. Diddy somewhere. Always has been, always will be, I'm sure.
Mm-hmm.
But he seemed like he had that shit on that next level, though. Oof. He was on that next level with his
You know
shit.
what's funny, though? You don't really hear about him no more.
No, you don't hear about him no more.
You know why? Because he threatened all them people.
Probably. There's probably a big part of it, I would imagine.
Come on. He named all them names publicly.
Did he?
Yeah, he sat his kid on his lap.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, he threatened them all publicly.
Think I won't?
They won't. Yeah. Shit. He knew what he was doing.
No, you're right. That was basically the last time we heard about P. Diddy. You're
Yep,
right
they
about that.
shut
Holy
up.
shit.
Everybody
He
shut
shut
up.
him right the fuck
Yep.
up. He did the equivalent of your dad giving you the eye.
Yeah. But he told them all, hey, go ahead.
Oh,
I got
yeah. Yeah, wow. Yeah, I don't know. Haktua, she missed out. There was no P. Diddy for you.
Yeah.
Haktua, she got to go back to Pookie or whoever, right? Wasn't that what it was? Pookie?
Yeah.
Pookie.
That
She
shit
loves
was funny.
Pookie. We still ain't know who Pookie is.
Yeah, that's the real star right there.
It's Pookie,
He's
yeah.
Pookie.
Yeah, Pookie's the star of them all. But I don't know. That whole thing though with her with that Haktua thing and her getting famous. I mean, you get all it takes is one thing to get it playing right, and you're good. I saw like there's little things in life like that get those people famous that you don't even realize where it comes from. And like Julia Roberts, I didn't know like her whole story. Did you see that whole thing with her? I just seen that the other day. Her parents like owned I think it was like an acting school or something, or ran an acting school maybe. And Martin Luther King Jr. and his wife wanted their kids to go there and called them up because they couldn't get anybody to take them back then. And they took them, and that's how, like, that's what kind of blessed her, was she grew up in acting school and all that stuff, which I didn't know that. But then they said that when she went to school, Martin Luther King Jr. paid her.
Oh, yeah, I did see something like that.
Yeah, or maybe they paid for her birth. Maybe something to that
Paid it
effect.
all, yeah.
Yeah, like and that's like something that gets. And then I saw one of the Olympic swimmers that's out there right now. I saw a little girl, Michael Jordan, with his hand on her shoulder.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, just like I mean, all those people seem to like.
Well, look at what Pamela Anderson. What did she get? Like seen at a game or something? That's how she got started.
Is that what it was?
I think it was. She was like at a basketball game maybe, and somebody noticed her in the crowd.
Really?
Something like that.
Wow.
I might be wrong, but it was similar to that.
Yeah, she was bad. She was bad. I liked what was the
What are you talking about? Bay what?
No, before that.
90210?
No, not Pamela Anderson was not on 90210.
I didn't say she was. I'm
Oh.
just saying.
No, I'm trying to think of the chick jeans or whatever, like back in the day, like the chick jeans and stuff.
The model.
Yeah.
She's one that did that coat too, isn't it?
I think so. Yeah, I don't remember
What the
who
hell
it
was her
was.
name?
She was bad though.
She had that little.
But that's who
birthmark
Pamela
or a mole in
Anderson.
her
Yeah,
face,
yeah.
cute
But then
girl.
did you see her when she was grown up, or when she was an adult and big and fat and doing her show?
Who?
That girl. I'm trying to think of what her name is. I can't remember it right now. God damn it! But anyway,
Brian ain't help you out.
Brian ain't helping me out. No,
I can't even see his comments on here.
You gotta go to YouTube comments, not Facebook. YouTube. Yeah, look at the YouTube channel. Ugh,
That's
you
what I
on
was
it?
on.
Really? You can't click it and see chats or whatever?
We'll see.
It's got to be there, I would imagine. I would think. I would hope so. Anyways, I don't know. I don't know how this is working. I don't know if we're getting the views that we get, or I don't know if we'll get the views this way, or I'm not sure how this is working. I don't know.
Hey, Brian's on it, so.
I see Brian got to it, but I haven't seen like anybody else. But I saw some comments on Facebook, but I haven't seen anything else. I don't know. Who knows? Hopefully it works out all right. I don't know, but that when we went to when we were talking about that whole thing with the boxing and all that, when I was leading up to it, and then this fight or whatever. They're still allowing. They're going to continue allowing that though too. Like they're not even going to show that they're not even going to back away from it ever. You know what I mean? Like
I think they should boycott that shit.
Yeah, I would think that they wouldn't. I would think that they would just go, okay, we fucked up. We're going to take them off of here now. You know, right? I mean, doesn't that seem like the reasonable thing to do, or no?
I would imagine.
I mean, say okay. It's kind of like the way Kamala Harris did the guy with the DNA. Like, you remember we talked about, you go,
yeah.
oh man, yeah, now I was in the wrong. I didn't look at that right. You know what I mean? Let's check the DNA and make sure. We're going to kill the guy. We might as well.
Yeah, it ain't gonna hurt. Let's just check it.
Yeah.
She refused.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. The problem is that there's a distinction, I feel like, with the people in the world today. They're like 2-year-olds. You know what I mean? Like they feel like we have to give in to everybody for anything they want. And you can't tell them no. You can't explain it to them. You can't be an adult about it. You know, like, I mean, it just, that's how I feel like things are right now. Like they just literally, like, they're all a bunch of 2-year-olds, like just demanding their way, and everybody's just going, like, there's nobody being the parent going,
Yeah, if
no,
you disagree
fuck
with
off.
them, that's like a parent that don't discipline their kid. Just let them run around. Like,
That's
they come-
what it is.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
run around your house and go
Yeah.
crazy and shit. And you're like, hey, this is your kid. You need to discipline him. Well, I don't discipline my kid. I just let him bounce around.
Yeah, that's crazy, right? And that's what they're doing right now. They're not, it's not. And then they say you're the crazy person
Right,
for
then all
even
the
mention
focus-
it.
All the focus goes on you because you disagree with that.
Yeah, that's crazy. I mean, like when they're saying that there's gender is fluid. No, gender's not fluid. It's not. Gender is a thing. It's by definition exactly what it is. This is what happens when you allow them to redefine. That's like retarded. We're not supposed to say retarded no more because it sounds bad, they think, or whatever. Retarded is a word, and a definition of the word is exactly what it is. You know what I mean? It's the retard. You know what I'm saying? It's like things are just retarded. I mean, like not. I mean, it sounds bad, and we've used it as a kid to say things were retarded forever. But the truth of the matter is, the word retard is the exact definition. And just because you said mentally handicapped, that sounds just as stupid as retarded does. You know what I'm saying? But it's the same. But we don't want to use that word because we feel like it sounds mean. You know what I mean? And then they want us to say, oh, gender is fluid or whatever. But it's not. It's not fluid. It's not the fact. And it's not, nobody's saying, no, that's wrong. That's not the case. You're in the wrong. Nobody's doing that. They're just going, oh, it is? Oh, okay. Like you could just say the dumbest shit and people just agree with it.
I think more people agree with us the way we think about it.
No, I 100%. That's exactly what happens. But the problem is that's part of the problem with like why they never wanted the U.S. to be a democracy. Like they wanted it to be a republic for that reason, so that's ruled by law. And the reason is because you can't change it based on who's popular and who's that. And those laws are meant to protect everybody, and everybody's different. I get that. I mean, if you're being trans, if you're being gay, if you're being of a different race, or you're here from another country, or any of that, you should have those rights, and those rights are given to you by law, not by popularity. You know what I mean? And right now, everything it's just they're ignoring the laws, or even science, even in fact. You know what I mean? Like, why would nobody just correct them? Like, why is it just not like, no, that's not what it is. End of story. That's how I feel like it would have been. Like if I would have said to my dad, gender is fluid, he would have just slapped me upside the head and go, what the fuck are you talking about? You know what I mean? Like he'd have just straightened me out real quick. Why isn't anybody straightening these people out? They're just saying, oh, it's, you know.
You're not allowed to slap people in the head.
But that doesn't mean you have to agree with them.
No, I get it.
You can just flat out say,
I don't agree with you.
Not that you don't, that it's wrong. This is the science that backs it up. This is the proof of it. End of story. You know what I mean? But nobody's doing that. It's like everybody's just whatever little hyenas they jump off on. You know what I mean?
They don't want to be like singled out as being the guy that's, you know what I'm saying? Like people would, like how you would say, no, you're wrong. They don't want to be the guy to be like, everybody just point at him and be like, he said that. You know what I mean?
Right.
They want to be pointed at.
But law and science backs you up. 100%, dude. Law and science backs you up. I mean, that's a fact. A man is a man, a woman is a woman. If you wanna be transgender, that's fine. But you're transgender. That's the definition of what you are. You're not a man or a woman. You're transgender. That's okay. That's the definition of what you are. It's just like you could say somebody's mentally handicapped when they're retarded, but they're retarded is what they are. Just because you change the word, it doesn't change who they are. And that's what they're doing. And I feel like it's almost like bullying. I feel like putting men to box women and thing is bullying. I feel like all the stuff they're doing is really it's bullying. It's like they just throw a fit until they get their way. And force everybody to adapt to them. I feel like that's bullying, basically. I mean, I that's how I feel anyways. I don't know what, I mean, I think that's the world we live in.
If I was a woman and I had to go against a man, I would just be like, I'm not doing it. I'd just walk out. I wouldn't even throw one punch. For what?
Yeah, why even get in the ring? There's no reason to get in the ring.
I would be like, that would give a statement. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not fighting the man.
No, but the problem is that you've given your whole life and you don't want to be that person. Like you just said, you don't want to be that person they're all pointing at.
Yeah, but I would do that. That's a stand.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's not right. It's not. I mean, if transgenders want to go fight, let them go fight somebody else or fight themselves. Yeah, do that maybe. Or I don't know.
Another bracket. Hey.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense. It's just it's illogical. It's like everybody lost logic and when they break free and make up these things that they
everybody's supposed to go along with it.
Yeah, no matter what it is, you just have to go along with it. You just have to. It's like that. It's like it's funny that you ever used to watch Impractical Jokers.
Oh yeah,
show is hilarious. Remember when they used to sit in the back, they're on a recording and they'd have a microphone and they'd tell them what they had to say or do next. You know what I mean? I saw a meme that showed them with Kamala Harris, and they're saying, "Tell him Trump is the one that ruined the borders. Tell him Trump is racist." Like, you know what I mean? Like, And that's what I feel like they do. They just say it, and everybody goes, "Yeah, he's racist." Like, he's not racist. The guy is the least racist guy yet, and he goes to that conference. Did you see that? Oh, he went. He got invited to the Chicago. They had an all-black. I think it was reporters. I don't know if it was media. I think it was just reporters, all-black reporters, and they invited him to the thing to speak last week or this week actually, and he shows up, and he sits down or whatever goes on. They start to interview this bitch right away, man. The reporter that's interviewing him. Right away, man. At first, she doesn't say thank you for coming to see us. I'm glad that you took the time. Nothing. She doesn't say shit. She says, well, let's just address the white elephant in the room. Do you think that Kamala Harris just got her job because she's DEI because you're all, and do you support this and that racist comments that you've made in the past and this and that? And he just goes, you're a nasty, nasty person. Like, you're just a nasty. He goes, I come here to this conference. He said, and you open up with this. He goes, and none of your equipment's working. I've been sitting here a half hour waiting because none of your audio's working. And the other woman's over here talking. I can't hear what she's saying at all because your audio's messed up. You know what I mean? And you come at me first thing out the gate. Where's Kamala? She's not here talking to you right now. You know what I mean? I'm here. I'm willing to take this, but this is ridiculous. You know what I mean? And that's what the same conference he goes, first of all, he goes, I didn't even know Kamala was black. She just turned black.
Right,
she was
I
always
saw that
Indian.
part.
That's the interview. That's where it took place at. And yeah, I guess they came in and that was the first question out the gate, dude. Like, just opened up with it. Like, was not like, that's, first of all, that's not report. That's not the way to do an interview, first of all. You do an interview, you get somebody comfortable, you sit down, you relax, you get to know them a little bit, and you break into the conversation. You don't hit them right away with the worst possible thing you could say.
She apparently wasn't experienced, or
I think she worked for ABC.
well,
That's pretty, if you work for ABC, you got to be up there in experience, right? Or no?
was it ABC?
Yeah, it was ABC. Well, that's what he said. He goes, because I think he goes, you must work for ABC. But you know what I love about it? He didn't back down even an inch, dude. He just flat out went right at her. Because you could say he's racist all you want. It doesn't make him racist. It's stupid for them to even say it. And they keep bringing up now, you keep seeing it, they're regurgitating that he got sued for not renting a black present or tenants in the 70s. His dad did. That did happen to his dad, not him. You know what I mean? But they keep bringing it up like it was him, and it was definitely his dad that definitely had a lawsuit filed against him for not renting a black.
Well, you got to remember how the times were back then too.
I bet you that Jay and them were renting off of Fred anyways. Good times.
Oh, stupid.
Dynamite.
Yeah.
No, I don't know. I just think that's. They just keep regurgitating it until they want to regurgitate it until they think it's true.
Right.
You know what I mean? And they keep saying it. And I looked at that whole thing that you brought up, and I didn't know about it. I had never heard about it. You said that a lot of people in your family were mad about the paper towels, him throwing paper towels at the. And I looked at it, and I looked it up. It's nothing. It's like, first of all, they've got their hands out for him to toss them to him, and he's just tossing them to him. I don't understand why that's a bad thing. Where does that become a bad thing? Do you see it as a bad thing?
I don't even remember. I have to look back into it.
He's literally standing at it's a table, and there's other things there besides paper towels, and somebody says, toss me one. He had it in his hand. He's just like, okay, and he tosses it, and then he just tossed a few more out. And you told me that they think, and then I looked, you're right. There's all kinds of articles where they're saying that they didn't appreciate him as tossing paper towels at Puerto Ricans. Like that. I was like, how do they see it that way? And then they asked him about it. He goes, I don't know. They were asking for him, and I tossed him to him. What's the big? It's not like he chucked it from 10 miles away. He was 5 feet from him or something. He just tossed it over to him. Like, I don't see where that's a bad thing.
I don't know.
I mean, somebody have to explain to me where they saw the disrespect in that, because I watched it. I don't see the disrespect. It doesn't seem like it was disrespectful. I don't see where it even was a little bit disrespectful. Honestly, I just can't figure it out.
Let's put it this way. Okay, if you was at a regular, why would you toss them anyways? I don't get it.
If I told you to toss me some paper towels, you'd toss me paper towels.
That's a different situation. Like
That's what he did. The guy told him to toss the paper towel. He put his hand up like that for the paper towel. He goes, here, tossed it to him. I don't understand why that's a horrible thing.
I don't know. I wouldn't. It's inappropriate at a conference, like, or what do you want to call it, interview or whatever.
I don't know what it was. I was looking at it. I don't know what it was. He didn't have like a microphone in front of him or nothing.
What it was like wasn't it like a?
It was like it looked like it was like
something like
no,
that.
It looked like it was like in a warehouse or something. Looked like it was like in some kind of warehouse or storage area, maybe, or maybe it could have been in a factory.
We'll talk about it next time because we'll have to both look into it.
Yeah, I mean, you're the one who told me about it, and I'm like, what the hell is he talking about? And it's like, it's just the way they spin things. That spin is I hate the spin. I hate the spin of things. I used to like on Fox News. That was one of the things I don't like about. I didn't like about that. What's that loud one that everybody gets? He's always got everybody all afraid. He left now. He's not over there now. The blonde head guy. I know Brandon loves him. I can't think of his name right now.
The gay dude?
No, he's not gay.
Who?
I don't know, the loud one that's always like gloom and doom. Everything he said was gloom and doom. Glenn Beck. Glenn Beck was always on the air like gloom and doom. Everything was always gloom and doom. And I always liked Bill O'Reilly because I always felt like Bill O'Reilly was, and that was his whole thing, was no spin. I thought he was fair about everything he did. He interviewed Obama without agreeing with Obama's policy. He agreed, he interviewed him, did a great interview with him, and maybe even changed his mind a little bit about how he felt about Obama. Maybe even changed my mind a little bit about Obama. Not that I voted for him, but at least I didn't think it was the end of the world with him coming in. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. But, I mean, I always liked and appreciated Bill O'Reilly. Glenn Beck is like, everything was like, the whole world's going to fall apart. Like, you listen to Glenn Beck, you immediately start building a bomb shelter and bringing in water and propane. He's like Alex Jones, It's like that whole like extreme, like it's too much for me. I can't deal with that extreme, like scaring the shit out of people, And I feel like that's how it is now. Like it's that whole. That's how it is. Everything's spun to make it look bad. No matter what you do, they can spin it to make it look bad, and they do spin it to make it look bad. I don't think that paper towels was a big deal whatsoever. I mean, he was there. He went to Puerto Rico for the hurricane. You know what I mean? But what they were really mad about was the fact that he said that Puerto Rico was in bad shape before the hurricane hit. That's what they should have been mad about. But, I mean, it's true. He's just being honest with you. If you can't take honesty, you know what I mean? It had been hit how many times now lately? It's hard to get that grid back together where it'll stay together. They do need some heavy work over there to get that where they can sustain throughout hurricanes and not just get wiped out every time, They do need some work over there. Not saying it's, the best. I mean, America needs a lot of work here too, but Trump's saying that too. Trump says we're like a third world country in a lot of the things that he talks about. But what they need to do is Puerto Rico needs to get a hold of Keith and Marsh Heavy Equipment.
They got a lot of equipment.
Do they? You checked it out?
Yeah. No, I haven't checked it out.
You didn't? Then how do you know he's got a lot of equipment?
Who?
Keith.
Oh yeah. No, I went on his website. I looked at it all the stuff.
Yeah, you said no, this ain't him.
Yeah, I thought it wasn't him. I was like, this guy got a lot of stuff. This ain't him. This guy's like been in it for a while. Then I looked it up, and sure enough, it was him.
It's him. He's got quite a bit there, huh? Yeah. And he's trying to get it more and more all the time. He's constantly telling me, "Oh, I just picked this up, or I just picked that up," or he's constantly picking stuff up. It's been out renting too. There's a lot of that stuff's been rented. I was kind of worried about if we needed something, if we'd even have it, because he seems like he's always got it out rented. Hey,
that's scheduling.
Yeah, I guess so. But I'm not good at scheduling. You know that.
Yeah, just random. Let's tear this wall down. Okay. Shit.
Yeah. So that's what Puerto Rico needs to do. They need to get a hold of Keith and have him run them some equipment so they can.
Is he gonna deliver?
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
Bury. They need to bury it, but like they shouldn't have any overhead lines. They should all be buried, right?
That's what I always thought.
I mean, that seems like that's the biggest problem they have, right? When they get
I
a
don't know.
hurricane, it seems like their power is always wiped out every time.
Yeah.
And it seems like that wouldn't be an issue as much if you buried it and sealed it. I would think.
They probably are now. Probably a lot of it.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. What goes on over there. You'd know more. Your mom lives there, right?
She lives back and forth.
But she does live there
Yeah, she's got a
part of the time, right? Yeah. How come you don't go there?
I work too much. Then I got a podcast I got to deal with.
We could do a podcast live from Puerto Rico.
Yeah, there we go.
We could do it. When you go there, can you understand Spanish?
I ain't never went there. I went there when I was 9 years old.
Could you understand Spanish if you went?
No, hell no.
No? Your mom does, though, right? She
Oh,
speaks
yeah,
it.
she's very fluent.
Your dad?
Yeah.
Yeah. And they just didn't speak it in front of you as a kid?
Uh-uh.
Really?
Not really.
That kind of sucks. They kind of could have added to your repertoire, right? Knowing Spanish?
Maybe that's who made me who I am now. I don't know. Not knowing.
Not knowing is what made you? I don't know. It's just adding to it, isn't it?
I don't know at this point. I'm 53 years old. I don't know.
I mean, that's a big thing. People like that. I know I like it when we have people that come in. I have to have, refer them to Amanda. They have to talk to them and stuff.
She does good too.
Yeah. I mean, it's nice having that, like, because sometimes you just can't communicate as good. You know what I mean? It's nice to have somebody that knows the language and knows all that whole thing. I like it better that way. Did you see that thing with Ted Cruz? Did you see that whole thing?
No.
Because we're still on this transgender bullshit. So Ted Cruz, he was in the Senate. I just ran across it, but I don't think it's that new. But they put somebody in a prison that was a male.
Okay.
In a woman's prison.
Oh, yeah, and he raped somebody or something?
No, well, I think he was like his third time going to prison. And after he got out of his third time in prison, he had transitioned into a woman. So when they arrested him the next time, they put him in. But he had every charge he had was like molestation and rape. And they put him in a prison as a woman? I mean, why do those women prisoners not have any rights? Like, they're just going to put a male rapist in with all of them?
Jeez.
That's crazy, right?
Yeah.
And Cruz was on the skit or not the skit, but the video I saw. He was, just yelling at her, basically, like going off on her, going, "Why? How?" And she's just like basically just going, "I don't know, that they're a woman, so that's where we put them in, because they're a woman. They're a woman."
If I go to jail, I'm transing.
I mean, and there's something to be said about that. I mean, if you say you transition to a woman and you're just put in a woman's prison, but a rapist, like, that's fucking insane, dude. That's like next level stupid. You got to be like retarded to allow that to go on. Literally retarded.
You got to be some kind of fraud.
So I mean, how does anybody allow that to go on? How is that possible?
It's common sense is gone.
Yeah, it's what I'm saying. There's no parents to go, no. We need parents that say no. You know what I mean? That's what people need to say. Like, you can't just walk around living La Vida Loca. You're doing whatever the hell that pops in your little pea brain and just doing it.
Did you see that one lady when she was that lady that the head of the FBI or Secret Service?
Yeah, when they were drilling her.
Oh man, they was dogging her.
Oh, she deserved it.
They was dogging her.
When I look at that, dude, and I know you always are the conspiracy guy. I know it's always you and not me. And I'm always like, I try to give everybody the benefit of the doubt. And I hear him saying, like, I think this is just poor. In fact, I was listening to Rovers when he had his on, Rovers Morning Glory. He did his the day, like the Monday after all that. And in his mind, when he was saying on that episode, I didn't listen to him after that, but I heard that one. But he was saying in there that he thought it was just, bad planning, bad, like, just they didn't do their job very well, basically, is what he's felt. I can't believe that, dude. I look at that situation with Trump getting, like, attempted to get assassinated. That is not, that you can't fuck up that much. Like, there's no way there's that many people fucking up that much.
Same time, yeah.
At the same time, unless it's on purpose. There's just no fucking way. How is that possible that wasn't some deep state shit or something? I mean, that's fucking insane. And she doesn't even defend it, nothing. She just went on stand and just went,
Right.
Like 10 days later, she's going, oh, I don't know.
We didn't put nobody on there because the roof was slanted too much.
Oh, it was a fucking comedy show. I mean, the girl that you said that couldn't holster her fucking gun, and then they're like trying to get their glass on, and they're like, she's standing there like this. Like, this shit was like, it looked like
comical. It looked fake.
It looked fake, yes. It looked like bad acting, like not even good acting. It just looked, it was so horrible. And you look at it, you go, something's not adding up, period. Something's not adding up. I don't care what they say. That isn't just somebody not doing their job. Something isn't adding up. Something was on purpose. I mean, I don't know. And the problem is that the news and TikToks and videos and stuff that all come out, you don't know what's true and what's not.
Right.
I mean, you've seen that he's got bank accounts overseas. I've heard it's up to $5 million in money that was put in bank accounts overseas. Is that true? I have no fucking clue. You can't tell.
Did you see that other camera angle where they show him moving around on the top?
Oh, yeah. They show one of them moving around on the top. And supposedly someone was in that window right there. They say, but then they said he took a break. Like, he took a break when Trump went on stage. That's when you take a break, when Trump goes on stage. The person you're protecting. That doesn't add up. Why would you do that? I mean, why would the person? I'm so lost about it. And they show there's somebody on that water tower. There's 100% somebody on that water tower.
Now, wasn't there something with his vehicle was down the road?
They said that the vehicle was underneath the tower, parked at the tower, the van. But then they said he brought a bike there, so he has two vehicles. That doesn't make sense. Although you could bring a bike in a van. So, okay, I can live with that. And then they say that the van ended up miles away, 10 miles away or something after the fact with like the explosives in it and stuff. I'm at a loss, 100% of a loss. I have no idea.
And there should be camera footage around the whole thing of who got in the van and took it.
Yeah, you would think so. Why don't you see that if that's the case? And then they show the video of somebody's up on that water tower, period. There's somebody up there. There's somebody. I would assume Secret Service, that would be the spot you would think to be.
Right.
But if he was on that water tower, he should have seen him on the roof.
Right.
The other ones you could argue they might not have seen him until he got over the ridge because he was on the other side of the roof and he poked out over the ridge right before he shot. So you could argue that the snipers that were behind Trump couldn't see him until he popped over. Although the camera from the audience shows his head popped up while he's walking back there. So I would think that they would have seen somebody. I don't. The whole thing blows my mind. 4 guys standing behind Trump watching everything. The most dangerous spot to any moron. That's the part I've got with it, is that the moron in the world, anybody. I'm not saying moron. I'm just saying anybody. My son, who's not a moron, he's just 11, at 11 years old, could clearly see where the dangerous spots are with that. I would argue Barrett would know where the high points are. And I mean, I just, there's nobody that couldn't figure out where your dangerous spot was. There's nobody. So how possibly did the Secret Service not see this?
With all them resources.
All them resources. And the CNN thing, did you see that? That's the first Trump rally CNN covered since 2020. Just happened to try and catch him with getting his head exploded on live TV? You think that's a freaking accident? Dude, that's just too much shit that's not adding up, dude. There's no way. There's no possible fucking way. And somebody's guilty. I don't care. And it ain't just the kid that was shot. There's somebody that's guilty.
The whole thing about the van being gone after.
That doesn't add up.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I mean, there's a lot of things that don't add. But the problem is, I don't know how much of that's true story, how much is a fake story.
Oh, about the vehicle being missing?
Anything. I don't know. How do I know there was a van there before? How would I personally know that? I wouldn't know. You know what I mean? I've watched the reports that they give out, you know, like the FBI and stuff. I've watched some of that, like in the committees, you know, questioning them and stuff like that. And it doesn't seem like they know, or it definitely is. Some of it's just not true, that people are just saying things that just aren't true. And it, you know, and that's the problem with social media, is that they can just say whatever they want.
Right.
Whether it's true or not, and it's just taken for granted that's what it is. You know what I mean? So I don't know. That whole Trump thing though, that it's dirty. Period. And not only that, like Tucker Carlson did that whole thing. He said we're leading up to assassination. He said they're trying to beat him in court. They're trying to do this. They're trying to do that. They're trying to do. He goes, it's a one-way track, man. Look at it. They're gonna frickin' assassinate the guy. And sure as shit, that an assassination attempt happens. Yeah. I mean, you know, I said I don't believe in coincidences, and I stand by it. That there was no way that just some random 20-year-old kid pulled that off.
No, I don't believe that.
Against all these Secret Service, I just don't believe it. I just can't. It just doesn't add up. There's no way that adds up. Period. How is that possibly going to add up?
They didn't. That lady still got her job. That's crazy.
No, she resigned.
Oh, okay.
She resigned right after that. When you were talking about when they had her in the
when they were drilling her.
Yeah, when they were drilling her in the house. Once she was in front of that was it. Next day she resigned. I thought she would resign that day before she even went on. I thought she was going to resign.
Yeah, but she still doesn't matter if she resigned or not. She's still liable for all that shit, huh? She's got to face whatever she's got to face.
I guess. I don't know. I really don't know. I don't know what the answer is to that. I don't know how that works. I don't know if.
Yeah, you did a shitty job. You got fired. No, I don't think there's more to it than that on that situation.
Yeah, when you're talking about murdering a president or trying to murder a president or ex-president, soon to be president, and whatever it is.
All them women. Did you see how horrible they all reacted? It was crazy.
What women?
The Secret Service.
Oh, yeah. No, it was bad. Yeah, it was bad. The one is ducked behind him. Did you see that? Have you seen that picture? It's literally and this is early on when the shots get fired. People dive on Trump. He's on the stage. She's behind him, ducked down. Legit. And it's a photo. I mean, it could be misconstrued or it could. I'm not saying doctored, but it, you know, it's not the video. Like, you could see how she reacted. It's just like you look at it, and that's what it looks like, dude. It looks like she's just like,
hold him up, like
behind Trump, behind him, like getting like.
I see that Deadpool movie, and that kind of reminds me of that.
Deadpool? I haven't seen that movie.
He grabs another guy, and he's in front of him, shooting them all up.
Really?
Yeah.
I haven't seen that movie. I don't think. Is that a good movie? Everybody seems to be about it. I've never seen it. Never been my thing.
You didn't watch none of the Deadpools?
No.
Oh, they're funny. You like it.
Oh,
Sense
really?
of humor. Oh, yeah. Ryan Reynolds.
I didn't know that it was Ryan Reynolds. I didn't even know it was funny.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't know it was a comedy. That's a comedy?
Yeah.
Well, I probably would love it then.
Yeah.
I didn't know it was a comedy.
Oh, yeah. Shit.
I had no clue. I had no clue. I didn't know that. I'll have to check it out. I just see the name. That's a horrible name. Deadpool. It's a horrible name. As soon as I seen the name, I went, yeah, that's stupid. I ain't watching it.
If you watch the first one, you'll be like, yeah, I'm watching the next one, the next one.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I seen the name Deadpool and was like, yeah, that's dumb.
It's funny.
Really? Yeah. See, name is everything. You got to get the right name.
Ryan Reynolds is in it. That's all you need it. He's funny.
No, because I didn't even know that. I didn't get past the name.
Hey,
I do judge a book by its cover. I ain't gonna lie.
Waiting?
Yeah, that's the greatest movie ever.
Yeah,
that's so funny.
That's so funny.
Oh my God, that is the GOAT and all that.
Oh yeah, that's the shit. I never knew that Puerto Rican guy was so funny, man.
Oh, he was hilarious in that movie.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that movie was best. That was one of my comedy wise. That's like Dylan asked me the other day. Like, he go, "What's the best comedy movie?" But that's okay with kids. And I'm like, I don't fucking know. There's no funny movies with the kids that can watch.
Right.
I don't know a funny movie kids can watch. I don't know nothing about it.
That's like when people let their kids watch Deadpool. I'm like, it's not a kid movie.
Well, years ago, when I was living in the apartments over there, I was living. I was watching a lot of movies on my laptop and stuff back then. I would watch them on that. We would download them from something. I forget where I download them from, but Alexa and Haley would download movies when they would come over, and we'd watch movies through the laptop or whatever, stream them onto the TV or whatever. But so when they would come over, they'd put movies on there, and all this stuff would, and there's other movies that they watched that I didn't know nothing about, or they had downloaded. Maybe they didn't even watch them, but it downloaded and we hadn't seen them yet. But when Danny come over to one day, he come over to work on his friend's car, and she had kids, and so I go, I'll put a movie on for you. Judged a book by its cover. Pineapple Express, kids movie, right?
Yeah.
Put it on. I go outside. I'm sitting out there. The kids come out and they go, I don't think this is a kids movie. I had never seen it. I didn't know. I see Pineapple Express. That's got to be a kids movie. SpongeBob, he lives in a pineapple. Okay, here you go.
No.
Yeah, so I'm pretty bad at that. I judge it, but I they say don't judge a book by its cover, but
You got to. No.
I mean, you do though. Why, if it's got an ugly cover, why would you open it up? Like, it doesn't make sense. Like, who would take a book and go, this looks really shitty. Let me invest more time into this shitty looking thing and try and see if it's better. And Deadpool's title is that, because that title's stupid. But I haven't seen the movie. Maybe it makes sense after you see the movie.
It makes sense.
But it's a stupid title. I seen that title. I was like, what the fuck is this? This makes no sense. I don't. Deadpool. It sounds dumb.
You'll watch it today, and then you'll be like, right after, you're gonna watch the other one tomorrow.
Really? It's that good, huh?
Yeah, Deadpool's funny.
It's fun. Is it adult or kid funny? Like, Dylan can't watch it.
He's mature enough. What the hell?
Like, I mean, he's okay with most. I just don't like to put too much sexual stuff on there.
He's probably seen it. Oh, there's a lot in it, but he probably seen it already.
There's a lot of sexual stuff in Deadpool.
In the first one.
Really? See, I have no clue, dude. I know nothing about this movie. Nothing.
Yeah, check it out.
What's the synopsis? You got a synopsis for us?
The hell you talking about?
Synopsis of the movie. Like, what's it about?
Well, damn, you gotta watch it. I'll ruin it.
Yeah, but I don't even know what it's about.
It's a superhero kind of shit. Just watch it.
It's a Deadpool's a superhero movie?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Like a Marvel superhero.
It's a Marvel thing?
Yeah, I think it's Marvel, isn't it?
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, well, I don't freaking know. Jesus, I don't know nothing about it.
Watch it.
I just see that name and I think it's like something that Dave Uhas would like.
He does.
I just originally that's what I thought. Like, that sounds like a Dave Uhas movie. I don't know. I've never seen it. I don't know. What do I know?
You'll like it. Next week you'll be like, yeah, that was pretty good.
All right. I'm gonna dedicate some time and watch it then. I guess I'll watch it on my new outdoor patio.
There you go.
Movie scenes.
Oh, those two dogs running around my neighborhood.
Mm-hmm.
And we got the stray cats running around. Man, the two dogs just ripped the cat in half.
Oh,
Nasty.
that's nasty. Ooh, Amanda sent me. You want to see a good video? I don't know if I'm allowed to show it. I better not. I'll show you after we get off here.
All right, well, we had enough, huh?
I think we got enough for the day. But this is for anybody that hasn't subscribed to our YouTube channel, go ahead and subscribe. That's always a good idea because this is what we're planning on doing, I think, for now on is YouTube, but that just linked on the Facebook page. I don't know exactly if it's going to last, how long we're going to do it, but that we're going to try it for the next few episodes and see how it goes. And so definitely, if you can, subscribe to the YouTube channel because it'll make it easier. And you can watch the YouTube, though. You can watch or listen to the podcast through YouTube that way. You know what I'm saying? And so hopefully they'll do that. That's a big thing. Go subscribe. It helps us out to get the subscriber. It makes it easier for you guys to find it and all that different stuff. And I guess we're going to take off. I guess that's peace.
Later.
See you guys. We're out of here.